All right, making a video of the build process that I go through for building a motorcycle. So here's the new bike, which I think I already posted a video. It should be posted of the new bike. It's a 2024 husqvarna fe501W. So the logo usually goes, I think, right there or right there, someplace. Anyway, I peeled it off, so it doesn't have any. It doesn't say that. That's only a couple things I've done, and then I think I showed you the two minor mods I have. And today's her birthday. Look, these are presents. All the presents that she's gotten. So what I do is I start when I'm purchasing a bike or thinking about purchasing a bike. I'm gonna find light that's where you can read this. Is I create a worksheet. I have a workbook you can see in Google Docs that I use, and then each bike has its own worksheet. You can even see right there I have one for the Aprilia 660 Rally, which I ordered, has not shown up yet, and I don't know if I'm gonna probably not going to keep when it gets here. So that sheet has already started. So if you look at that sheet, you'll see I already started a list of all the things that I thought I wanted for the bike, and I even have URLs to where I was looking at buying those things. So, but however, I don't think I'm probably going to get that. So I think, especially since I just got this dirt bike. So anyway, so here's the list of all the stuff that was on the list for this bike, and then each bike has a name. You see her name, the new bike's name, is Kisma. Hello, Kisma. Say hi, Kisma. Everybody, say hi to Kisma. Kisma is her name, and this is her build sheet. It has 59 items so far in the list, and not all these are definitely going to get. Like, for example, I don't know about this Ox left-hand rear brake. I'll probably get it. I don't know if I'm going to get this tank bag, or am I going to swap tank bags? But everything else, and then the alt-rider rear brake tip, I don't think that's relevant for this bike. And then the hammerhead does not actually make a shift lever for this bike, so I'm looking for a shift lever. Anybody got any ideas for shift levers? Where do you get shift levers for? I'm guessing KTM and probably Husky. I'm guessing the Husky is the same. 2024 plus Husqvarna. Looking for rear brake lever and rear shift lever. Shift lever is more important because my feet are larger than average, and so it's important for me to have shift levers that I can adjust. Anyways, you can see here from my list, I have ordered about 50 items so far. So it says 51 right there, and then you can see what I do is I create a list, then I put a link to the website where I actually plan to either buy it, or then I might have a second website that has more information. So if the one website I'm buying doesn't have all the information I want, so for example, there might be a purchase site, and then there might be a manufacturer site that has more information on that specific item. So you can see here, for example, the FMF titanium muffler there's a link. There's only one link, and that link will take you to, so when I click it, it opens up the FMF website, because that's where I purchased it. So you can see here I got the factory 4.1 RCT titanium muffler for the 501. You can see the price, $849.55, call it $855. And it says availability back order. Wait, no, that's Rottweiler. That's the wrong site. Sorry, I did not order it from Rottweiler. That's interesting. It should have gone to the FMF site. So I made a mistake there, obviously. FMF Racing. So that's where the link is supposed to go. This is the FMF site. So this is where I actually purchased because the price and no sales tax. So that's why. So which is one of the considerations when I'm looking to purchase things, trying to get the best price possible, looking for coupon codes, and also purchasing from sites that don't charge sales tax, because that saves me. The sales tax here in Colorado, Denver, is 10%. So just finding a site that does not charge sales tax saves me 10%. So that's not insignificant. Anyway, so here's the list, and then these are all the things, and then you can see what I do is I track the price. And then, so this is the price so far of everything that's on the list, which totals out to $9,160, which is more than the bike, because the bike cost is, well, including tax. Actually, no, it's not. So the bike cost was $9,000, and then with tax, it comes out to $9,029. And how come my tax is not 10%? Because I'm actually not going to register the bike in Denver, and so that saves me 10% sales tax. That's another way to save money. And then here I check the status. If I've ordered the part, if I've received the part, so I keep this list, and then if I've installed the part. So you can see I've installed 2 parts. The motorcycle cover counts as a part. It's not really exactly a part, it goes on the motorcycle. And then the toolless seat thumb screw. There's actually another part for the these hooks, these eye hooks that I use for attaching to a trailer. These things here. So that's not on the list, interestingly enough, but that should be on the list. I think that's not on the list because I shared that part with several bikes, so it's probably only ultimately a $4 part or something, maybe. Anyway, so here are all the presents that we've got. So you can see I got the Recluse clutch, and if you look on the list, you'll see there it's the Recluse for Radius CX. You can see right there, Radius CX 4.0 DDS auto clutch. It's $1,400, and that's because it's actually $1,500, I think, and I got a 10% off coupon. I think, yeah. I think it was on sale, maybe, plus tax. It still comes out to $1,400. So I got that part, and then I got all these other goodies here. So I'm gonna put this list down and then show you some of the goodies that we have. I got these tugger straps. I got one actually, and I got it custom embroidered. The rare one. It says oneness, love and joy. I think that goes with the tugger straps. I got this from Takomoto. So this box is from Takomoto. You can see right there. And these are parts. This is the tail tidy. So it comes with the all-in-one tail light. So this serves as both a turn signal and rail tail light. And then I got these from Cycle Gear / Revzilla. These would be the turn signals, which I already use on all the other bikes. I think you see not all, but most I use on several bikes. I have the see those? Those are those little Emblaze turn signals. I like those a lot. They're very bright and small. And these also came from Takomoto. This is for the venting. You can. Oh, what's that? Oh, he gave me. It came with candy. Oh, look at that. He gave me candy. I didn't even know that. These go with the vent. This is the tank. So this is the side vent for the tank. So gave me 2 colors, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so these will go on the side of the tank and in the vents. So instead of venting out of the cap, it'll vent out of the side tank. I like the idea of that. Then this is the desmog kit. So this removes all that smog crap that comes on the bike. And then I got the bleed valves, speed bleed valves, also from Takomoto. Oh, and then that's the screw. That's the OEM screw that we replaced. Look at that. That's the Takomoto hot sauce. Takomoto hot sauce. So those are the goodies from Takomoto and Cycle Gear. And then over here, this is the bag that I received from when I purchased the bike. So these are, I think, tools, right? Yeah. These are the tools that come with the bike, and then these are some other stuff that comes with the bike. The reflector, not sure what that is. No, it looks not sure what these are. It looks like the plug that goes into the the diagnostic port and some extra screws, perhaps. I haven't gone through and figured out what all those things are yet. Then I think these are for the footrest part number. Some kind of a footrest thing. I'm not sure what that is either. And then these are for when you remove the OEM handguards that come on the bike. I think you put these to cover that spot. So that's what came with the bike when I bought it. And you can see here, I'm going to be running tubeless, New Tech tubeless. So I got these from Woody's Wheelworks. And so front and rear, New Tech. Very, very cool. I'm a big fan of tubeless. Always on tubeless. I'm a big fan. These is, if you've seen my other bikes, what I do is to move the handguards further away from me. I use a combination of a offset riser. Offset rocks riser. So these are offset that push the handlebar further away from me. And then I also use a very low, minimally, as the shortest one I can get. Also, very low rocks riser to also rotate the bar further away from me. And so this will rotate the bar further away and down. Not really down, but just further away. So that moves the bar further and further away. So this is very important for ergonomics for me because my hands are long and maybe it's just a personal preference. I like the bars further away from me. But I think it has a lot to do with my long arms. So so these will be for ergos, muy importante. And then, what else we got? These are heated grips. These are just from China. These are Chinese heated grips that I got on Amazon. So I think these will work. They say they were off-road. I'm not sure what that means. So I'm going to replace the grips that come on with heated grips. I think these I feel like these are going to work as well as the KTM grips. So, and they were only KTM grips, I think like $180 or $190, and these were $80. So I like that one. Oh, these are cool. I got these Alt-Rider Mac clutch and brake levers. So these are cool. These are sexy. So these I'm going to be replacing the OEM levers with this clutch and brake lever. They're shorter, narrower, and then have more adjustability. And I think the leverage ratio is different, and I think they provide a better feel. Mostly, I wanted the short levers. So same thing. This is the brake. Oh, the clutch. I don't know. Oh, it says right there, brake. So this is the brake lever. So cool stuff. And I think they kind of look sexy until they get pretty beat up. A turbis. This is to cover, to protect the exhaust. My pricey FMF titanium exhaust that I'm going to be getting, which is going to get trashed anyway. But this is hopefully will make it less likely to get less trashed. And then this is for the PC3 carbon exhaust cover shield, heat shield for the header, so that, I don't know if you ever have those header burn your pants. I have. So the header pipe burnt my pants before, so these will protect that from happening. These are pivot pegs extensions. These are actually not the ones I'm going to use. These are the long ones. Pivot pegs extensions long. And what I plan to do is, I think I'm going to put these on the 890, and which don't have the long ones. And then I'm going to take the shorter ones that are on the 890 and put those on Kisma. So Kisma will get the shorter ones, and then these longer ones will go on the 890. I think the 890, I think these will work better on the 890, which has longer. I think I'll spend more time sitting and writing for hours and hours. So I think these longer extensions will be better suited for the 890. So That's that one. And then Altex. This is the Altex. So what I do, the reason I have this, two of these. So this is Altex. So Altex is for converting rims to tubeless. And what I do with this is before I install NewTek tubeless on the bike, before I install the NewTek tubeless, what I do is I actually make the rim tubeless. So I use this to completely seal it. So there's no air doesn't leak at all. There's no leakage except through the valve stem. I guess the stems. There's a stem for the bead lock and there's one for the valve itself. So I use Altex to totally seal. Makes it also just low maintenance. Once it's done, it's sealed. Boom. I don't use there's Altex comes with a soft piece and there's also a hard outer layer. This piece right here, I don't use that because that's too hard, and what I've experienced is that can cut the bladder over time. So I use this part that seals. That's the glue gummy stuff, and then I just use the tubeless tape to go over that and not use this part because that's pretty hard, and over time that can cut. I have had that cut into the inner bladder and nut. So that's what that's for. This is the USB plug that I'm going to use to power stuff up the bike, USB plug. This is the KTM tools that came with the bike. I have not actually looked at this. Let's see what's in here. These are the tools that comes with the bike. Where do you put this? Does anyone put this on their bike? So yeah, these are the tools that come with the bike. Cool. Huh. I probably won't use that. I don't think I ever use any of the tools that come with the bike. So that is, oh wait, no, this does more presents. Oh, we're not finished. More presents, don't get so excited. Okay, so that is that box of goodies. I'll put this stuff back in here, and this back in here, and then we'll go and open. Ooh, look, presents. Bring these ones down too. Ooh, it's a big box. Ooh, presents. Yippee! It's her birthday. It's her birthday. I already mentioned the Recluse Radius CX clutch. Very, very cool. It's funny. It's funny that I'm buying this because I have had a little Recluse on the bike several on the 690. Both 690s I had Recluse, and even I had Recluse on the 890, and I removed it. I've removed it every time. So what on earth am I buying another Recluse auto clutch when every time I've had it, I've removed it? I don't know. Just sounds like a good idea on a dirt bike, right? It's a dirt bike, so maybe I'll have a different experience with it. If not, it's an expensive experiment. What's this one? This is from Tech Mounts. You know what Tech Mounts are? No, you don't. This is the phone mount that I use on all the bikes. These are great. I've had tremendous luck with these. I have never had a phone fall off. All the jostling and bouncing and riding off-road, never had a phone fall off one of these. Absolutely awesome. So huge fan. I only run these. I use this on every bike. So highly recommended. Tech mount for if you're looking for a kick-ass phone mount. Tech mount. All right, this one's easy. What do you think that is? Fast Company. I won't deny. That's right. Fast handlebars. I got flex bars. Woo! I got flex bars for my girl. Kisma. Kisma got some flex bars. I got the, come on, baby. I'm not, shoot. Sorry. What the hell? Man, this is not easy to open. Wow. I don't want to just rip it. Okay, so one side is open. Other side. Okay, so we got the. cut this side here. Cut that. Flex bars. Look at that. This is the what's this one? Moto. It's not enduro, right? It's moto. I think it's a moto. But anyway, it's a 32 inch. So this is 32 inches, and oh yeah, it says. Well, it doesn't say. It says 32 inches. It's a 10 degree. 10. You can see right there. You can. Is it open? Oh, yes, open. It's you can see that. So that's a 10 degree low. You can see how that's low. That's the lowest that they make. 10 degree low, and it's a 32 inch width bar. The longest is 33. I think all the other flex bars I have are 33. This one I decided that I think I could go with a 32 instead. So 32 inch flex bar. Pretty cool. What's this? This is a box of goodies from Tusk. So I ordered several things from Tusk. Let's see what we got. These are oil filters, right? Tusk oil filters. So they came with 1 pack, 2 pack, whatever, 3 pack, and 5 pack. So I ordered a 5 pack of those. A Turbis fuel tank oil filter. So this goes in the fuel tank filter. So you put this over the neck, and so when this filters fuel as you're pumping, as you're adding fuel to the fuel tank. I like these so that dirt doesn't get into fuel tank, and also stuff doesn't fall in. I don't know if my keys accidentally fall inside. Bang! Easy to retrieve with this. PC filter skins. I'm a big fan of this. I use this on all the bikes. Basically, you put this over the air filter, and then I don't have to change air filters as often. Or if I'm on a trip or something, I bring a couple of these, and then I just change filter skins. So I use those on the bike. This is the Tusk carbon registration. So this goes on the top of the fork, and then you put your I don't know. So in the U.S., I don't know if it's all over the U.S., you put your registration sticker here. So this is the off-road registration that you put here. It's a permit that allows you to ride off-road. So this was actually I was gonna buy this from E-Line, and then Tusk was way cheaper, so I got it from Tusk. These are front axle pull. So this goes into the front, and then it makes it easy to remove the front axle. And this is a rear axle pull. I think these are applicable. I don't know. They might not be, so we'll see. I didn't even look at the bike to see if these are applicable. It said they were, so I bought those. They don't always fit. And these go with the flex bars. This is the mount. I use this on all the bikes that I have flex bars. These are great. They work really well. Big fan of these. These allow the handguards. So the handguards attached to this, and then this attaches to the front of the flex bar. So like this is the flex bar here. This goes right there. So these go right here in the front, right? And then the handguard attaches here. You can see it on. I could walk over there and show you. I guess alright, I will. I won't be too lazy. Here's on the 690. You can see it. What that does. The 690 forks. She got no legs because the forks I shipped them to WMR for suspension tuning. So they go right there. So that's what that does. And then the handguard attaches. And then these move. You can see how it allows the handguard to move. So that's what that does. Anyway, yeah. So forks are at WMR for tuning, which I recommend. WMR. Eddie at WMR is a total rock star. If you ever want to get your suspension tuned, highly recommend Eddie at WMR for tuning. So that's that one. And then what's this? This is the air filter. Tusk. I was going to buy this from Takomoto. Takomoto sells something like this. They were out. They were out. And then I saw Tusk made something similar. And of course, thank you, Tusk. They're a lot less expensive. So I got it from Tusk. These are great. So this is a filter cage, which is aluminum. The one that's on the bike is plastic, so Tusk makes this nice aluminum one, and then the filters are going in. And Tusk makes these also some really nice filters. They're way less expensive getting these from Tusk than from Takomoto or other fancy places that sell fancy looking ones. I'm a Tusk fan, so Tusk saves us money. I like that a lot. This is for so that is that box. And what do we have here? This is from ta-da! Can you see that? IMS. Ta-da! What do you think that is? Based on the size, guess what's in that box? IMS. You know what IMS makes? They make a lot of things. So what do you think they make that is big and pretty light? Bulky and light. Let's see. This is ta-da! Oh, oops. This is a fuel tank. As you can see, this is a fuel tank from IMS. This is I ordered a 3.2 gallon IMS fuel tank. So the options were 2.9 from Turbis. I really wanted to get the tank from Turbis, and Turbis only makes one, and it's a 2.9, and it's a lot less expensive than this. So Turbis was less money. However, I really didn't want. I wanted something bigger, and I didn't want a 4.5. The 4.5 seemed to splay out a little bit. So I think who makes 4.5? I think IMS also makes a 4.5, and so the 3.2 should probably get me about 150 mile range. I think about maybe a little less than that. I'm guessing if I assume it gets almost 50 miles a gallon, it should get about 150 miles, give or take. And this is the fuel cap for that. So that is the IMS goodie bag. Ta-da! Yeah, so the fuel tank from IMS. We got a lot of stuff to install. And what is this? This is from MX Powerplay. I like MX Powerplay. If I can order anything from them, I always try to order from them because their prices are pretty good and they don't charge sales tax. So I like that. So I ordered quite a few things from them, and this is the box in a box. The box in a box. This is the box in a box. Oh, look at that! Woo! How cool is it? That's pretty. That's a Dirt Tricks zirconium rear sprocket. It's a 48 teeth rear sprocket. That is sexy. Can you see the colors? Yeah, you can look how sexy that is. This is strictly bling, right? There's nothing wrong with the OEM sprocket. I just like the look of the Dirt Tricks. I mean, they're strong too, but I just like the look of the Dirt Tricks. And they're made in the USA, which, by the way, is very interesting. On everything I've ordered for this bike, I've ordered from the US. That is very interesting and unusual. It tells me that dirt bike parts are readily available in the US, at least parts that I want. All my other bikes, I've ordered parts from all over the world. Europe, South Africa, Australia, and for this bike, pretty much I've ordered everything I want. And even the things that are on my maybe list, I think almost everything is from the US still. All right? So, come on, baby. What's taking so long? Whoa, don't cut my leg. Why is that not going? There we go. What do you think this is? So big. So big and so fine. Da-da, da-da-da-da. You still don't know. It's not in here. This is a skid plate. this is a skid plate. Cool. So I was going to get take that plastic. I was going to get the Molecule skid plate. And then I discovered, guess who makes skid plates for this bike? Tusk. Tusk. Like I told you, if I can get it from Tusk, I'm going to get it from Tusk. Tusk makes, skid plate, look at that. Tusk. So they make a UMHW, is that what it is? Right? UMHW, it's that plastic skid plate. This looks freaking good. I mean, this is a good looking skid plate. I think this looks better than the Molecule one, which is the popular one. And of course, guess what? It's less expensive. It costs less money. And this thing here is the guard for the linkage, so that you can slide over stuff and the linkage won't get caught. So this is a good looking piece right here. I think Tusk might have actually outdone the competition with their UHMW UHMW skid plate. I think that this seems like an outstanding piece of kit. That doesn't feel like somehow there's a compromise to Tusk, which generally speaking, I have to say, I don't feel like I compromise when I buy Tusk products. I think Tusk products are just as good and oftentimes better. So for example, Tusk panniers that I have, like the Traverse, I think is actually, I prefer to the what's that company that makes Moscow Moto. I bought the Moscow Moto one and I returned it, and I bought the Tusk one and I like it better. I mean, regardless of money, I prefer the Tusk item. So here are Kisma's birthday presents, and then this is a long video, geez. The items that I still have yet to show up that I've ordered, the key items, important items. I think the ECU. So I ordered the TSP, which is two-stroke performance, ERM ECU, and the adapter cable that goes with that. I talked about the FMF titanium exhaust. Really, another big one is the GPR steering stabilizer. I got the one that comes with the triple clamp. Also at the top, the top triple tree. The heated grips are here. Seat concepts. Yes, I got a tall comfort seat for Seat Concepts. So that's key. Hasn't come yet. Swift kicker side stand that has not showed up yet. The pivot pegs that should be here tomorrow. I got the extenders. Let's see, the radiator guard. I got Emperor Racing radiator guard. I got that from Takamoto. And tire plugs. The Compan cockpit assist. That's that thing that shows your gear indicator. It shows temperature, and it shows, most importantly, the rev range, RPM. So that hasn't showed up either. And I got this cheap thing from AliExpress, the oil cover, just a cheap blue oil cover. And then stealth mirrors. You know, the stealth mirrors that I run on all the bikes, so I got stealth mirrors for this bike as well. So, but almost everything's here though. Pretty cool. All right. It's a lot. And I've done this all in less than 2 weeks. Pretty remarkable. Normally it takes me months, sometimes even a couple years, as I gradually get parts for bikes, try them, scrap them, get another. At this time, I pretty much bought everything I ordered everything in about a week and a half. So I bought the bike. You can see there, spent $9,000 on the bike, and then I've spent more in aftermarket parts than I do on the bike. Well, I will. Probably by the time it's said and done. Well, I have. Oh yeah, with tax. Sorry, I forget. With tax, yes, I have spent more. So, and then as far as the maybe list, probably not. I was thinking about getting the Get ECU from Takamoto, and I got the ERM and the TSP one instead. And I might get the Tusk panniers. I might get the Baja Designs XL80 light. We'll see, or maybe not. I think that's about it. I was looking at the Brembo calipers. Probably not either. I'm not going to do bulletproof, I don't think. So, yeah, I think this bike is just about, done as far as parts goes. We'll see. Anyway, there you go. Got it. I'll do another video after. Well, I think I'll probably do videos as I build her up. and so you'll see how things are coming. I think today though, I think right now, I'm going to take the wheels off and install new tech tubeless. I think that is agenda item numero uno for today. All right. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.